guys, so today we're doing dating hell. Is my boyfriend an incel/misogynist? Here are some signs. 1. He didn't know my friend A, but he knew her husband is rich and gave her an expensive car for Valentine's Day. Later, we mentioned them and he said she doesn't love him, only his money.
Side eye.
2. My other friend B, I told him her boyfriend is older and was a lawyer. He said my friend might be a gold digger. It's always the guys that have no gold to dig that scream fucking gold digger. 3. He thinks women are worse drivers, claiming it's genetically proven. He also thinks women tend to be more jealous. At the moment, this isn't screaming incel, but definitely misogynist. 4. He thinks women who sleep with someone before dating are not good. We're from a Western background where it's normal. Yet, he did that himself and explained it was because he was only 20. Now that we're mature, we shouldn't do it. That's getting towards incel, because I hate how these guys have this, I want to sleep around, but God forbid other women sleep around. It's like, who are you sleeping with if you're not sleeping around then? Are you sleeping with other men? Because you're asking women to sleep with multiple people, but then when you want to choose a woman, are choosy and saying, how dare you have slept with multiple people? Then who the fuck are you going to sleep with? 5. He prefers men co-workers over women co-workers because he thinks women often ask for leave for reasons like periods, feeling unwell, or personal dramas. Men are the biggest fucking babies when it comes to being ill. So fuck off. Women literally deal with pains that have now been equated to heart attacks on a fucking monthly basis when they have their period. Just fuck off with that rhetoric. 6. In private with me, he's commented negatively on random girls on the street, calling them so fat. He also criticises random men though. Even after number 6, and we've still got another 6 to go, why are you with this guy? Please, I want better for you. 7. He criticises some girls' clothing, saying some designs are too much or try hard, and that women don't need to wear leggings to the gym, they're just showing off. Once he encouraged me to wear his oversized t-shirt to the gym instead of my crop top. It's called airflow. You get very, very warm when you're working out, and you need something to support you, because you know what, when your boobs are, like when you're working out, your boobs are going to be bouncing and it fucking hurts. And also, this is just sexist. Men are the first ones to take their fucking shirts off. So I get so sick of this. Oh, women shouldn't wear crop tops, women shouldn't wear leggings. You guys take your shirts off when it's fucking warm all the time. Shut up. 8. He shows hatred towards rich people. That's because he wants to be rich. For example, he put an empty bottle in a stranger's mailbox in a rich neighborhood just because they are rich.
Criminal offensive side eye.
I'm starting to get psychotic vibes. 9. I once posted a selfie winking and he made me feel bad, saying winking is meant to seduce people. What? He was upset when I posted a sexy photo showing my body. I told him his friends' girlfriends even post bikini photos, and I was even wearing a dress. He said because they aren't his girlfriends, he doesn't care. This is starting to feel narcissistic, controlling, manipulative behaviour, and I really am not liking where this is going. 10. He thinks being a white man is no longer a privilege and that men are under stress. When you're accustomed to privilege, equality feels like oppression. 11. He says there's a lot of bitches around him, describing them as mean. Is that because they don't want to sleep with you? 12. He prefers sons to daughters, and even imagining having 2 kids, he would want them both to be sons. This reminds me of when you see those really toxic gender reveal parties and it ends up being pink rather than blue, and the dad completely throws a tantrum. I used to tell myself it wasn't a big deal, but what do you guys think? Should I just chill, or are these really bad signs? These are terrible signs. An incel wouldn't have a girlfriend, misogynist, bigot, yes, all red flags of doom. Yeah. Agreed. He's certainly a fucking misogynist, yeah. You want to be with someone who views you as lesser because you're currently with someone who sees you as subhuman, more like a dog or a pet that can be fucked. You can't change him and should absolutely be out of there. This is the thing. People need to stop staying with people hoping that they'll change. Believe someone when they show you who they are. Please. You will save yourself a lot of hurt. This is pretty textbook stuff. As a man, I try to stay clear of these types of guys, so I'll never understand why women would want to be with one. Worst first date. So, correct me here, did I do something wrong? I'm 49 and haven't dated much, so hopefully the younger crowd has some wisdom here. I matched with a guy on Hinge and he asked me to meet him at a local coffee shop. We did, sat down and chatted for an hour. I thought he was sweet and gentlemanly, asking me questions about myself. I asked him about him. Smiles and laughs all around. I thought, okay, this guy gets another date for sure. He said he'd walk me to my car, absolutely sweet and kind. We're saying goodnight and he keeps remarking about how beautiful my eyes are. I'm blushing and I love the compliments and attention. So I get up on tippy toes and place a small kiss on his lips saying goodnight. It was like a switch flipped in his brain. He went for me, grabbed me and started jamming his tongue in my mouth, practically sucking my face off. His hands were everywhere they shouldn't have been on a first date. He wouldn't stop. I had to push him off of me.
Jesus Christ.
I know it sounds like an assault, but honestly, it wasn't so much an assault and more of a crossing first date boundary. That is assault. If he is touching things that you don't want him to touch, that you have not given any sort of insinuation that that's what you want, that is assault. I'm sorry, honey, but you have been assaulted. This is why I say that I actually think the stat is 1 in 4 women have been sexually assaulted. And considering the amount of under reports, it's probably closer to 1 in 3. I've been saying for a while, I'm starting to think it's 1 in 2 because there's situations like this where people say to themselves, that's not assault, that wasn't assault. And it was. That was sexual assault. Was that kiss not a good idea? Did I trigger that mauling? No. You were having a good time. He could have gone in for another kiss, but going in for like sucking your fucking face off and touching you where you have not insinuated at all that he could touch is not okay. And that is not your fault. This is the thing as well. You are blaming yourself for something that is all down to him. Do not blame yourself for how some asshole treats you. It is never your fault. Yikes, literally, it's not your fault. He could have attempted building it into a slow, passionate kiss, but instead he charged the gate. You had to physically push him off you. This may not seem like assault, but it's not far off. It is assault. I'm sorry. People need to stop minimalising it. It does show he's fully capable of pushing boundaries and not taking your comfort into consideration. Take this as a win. You found out early that he's not worth a second date. You didn't trigger that mauling. A short kiss isn't a green light to what happened. And for you to have to push him off, he's either a creep, low IQ, EQ, I'm guessing that was meant to be IQ, or really bad at reading the room. But none of this is your fault. I'm about your age and your intuition is spot on. A peck on the lips is a peck on the lips. The guy went overboard and that's a bad sign. If I was single again and dating, I would assume the first date is just platonic and be very careful about who initiates what, if at all. I'm so sorry you had to experience that. That sounds so unpleasant. No, he had no idea where your boundaries were and he blew through any potential ones with no consideration to you or your feelings. He's entirely in the wrong. Getting a little kiss like that from someone you've had a nice date with is amazing and you did nothing wrong. He shouldn't have assumed it was more than that. From extreme interest to nothing. How? So I have a female friend of at least 1 year with whom I've been meeting weekly, and in the past few months we've been touching more. There's more tension. She's receptive to my touch and often touches me herself. She's also told me that she finds me attractive and that she keeps thinking about me. She keeps telling me about being sexually unsatisfied and once even told me she would really like to have sex with someone right now. I'm happy about this and I've been planning my move for a few weeks now, and suddenly she tells me that she's going on a trip with some guy friends and that she hopes something would happen there. This is giving like friends with benefits.
I can work with that.
Should be fine.
I don't know, like, I'm right here. It feels really frustrating to not be seen as an option. You're meant to be her friend. The fact that you feel kind of entitled to be her choice, when you especially haven't just outright said anything, especially when we openly talk about sex often, how much we like it. And I even told her that I respect women who go for it as much as they want without shame. Why does that feel like you're just saying that because you want her to with you? I know I may have missed some chances with her, but I just didn't feel bold enough to do anything. I guess most guys wouldn't be. So what's the problem here? Why hasn't anything happened yet? Because you haven't said anything? This in your responses reads like an inside scoop into the brain of the kind of guy who you thought you were your friend until he springs it on you. That he's been fuck zoning you from the start and has just been biding his time until you notice him or whatever. The fake male friend so many women have horror stories about. Quit the mind games, the self-deprecating self-sabotage and this weird masculinity bullshit and just tell her you like being her friend. But You'd like to know if she'd be interested in taking things further or just be friends with benefits from time to time. That you find her attractive and you're wondering if she feels the same or not. You will never not run the risk of being rejected because there's a good chance she's just not into you like that, either due to preference or because you never put yourself out there as an option from the get-go. Why would she want to fuck a guy she's come to care for platonically? Her touching you and being open with you is not a sign beyond that she is comfortable with you, dude. You're her friend. That's what friends do. Women are not prey animals you can lurk in the lives of until it's time to make your move. We're people and we don't get with weirdos who lack the confidence to take rejection with grace and don't trust women to be able to handle an appropriate showing of interest with grace either. It says a lot about how you view the world yourself and the people around you, and none of it is good or all that mature. Being a sneak just creeps women out and makes them question if you even cared about them in the first place, or if you only got close to them with ulterior motives in mind. Please just talk to her, dude, and try not to be weird about it. If she doesn't like you like that, it'll be your own fault for sneaking around instead of being upfront about liking her as more than a friend. Why are you calling me a weirdo just because I'm scared? No, we're calling you a weirdo because you clearly have had a thing for your friend, and rather than one, being honest about it, or two, just biding your time until what? She was gonna fuck you. It's a weirdo, creepy expectation to think that because this person's no longer in a relationship, they will be into you just because they feel comfortable around you. That's really insensitive. So are you. I'm scared because I value the opinion and acceptance of others more than mine. Yes, even yours. And you call me a weirdo instead of being grateful. No, I don't have self-worth, and that should be a green flag, should it? It means I won't put myself first, and I will always try to be liked by everyone. There may be some women that wouldn't like that, but I've met many people who did. And it's not my decision to be this way. It's how trauma and mental health problems manifest. You can't call me a weirdo because of my illness. No, she's calling you a weirdo because of your actions. If I could just decide to be confident and self-assured, I would do it in a heartbeat. I find it fascinating that you'd rather have me be a bold and confident man than a scared, weak one. You're the complete opposite of my parents and many of my friends. What? This is such a weird take. Okay, her response: oh, my friend, bold and confident men are a lot less work than the scared, weak ones. As a woman, you end up becoming a sort of rehab for them. It isn't a green flag. You may not agree with that, and that's why she's going off to bang someone else.
Emotional, damn it.
Life is not putting yourself first. It is in most situations. Like, you can definitely be aware of other people, but if you don't take your life in both of your hands, no one's going to make your life happen for you. That scared, weak man might find you really valuable for his life, and you could do a great deed. We are not rehabilitation centres for men. I'm not even reading the rest of that. Last one. So 18 months of dating and nothing to show for it. Here's the highlight of my last year and a half in the dating world. Ghosted twice. First one just vanished. Second one told me she found someone else within a week. Met a woman, good vibe. Then she found someone else too. At least she was honest about it. Another one in real life this time. Slowly faded away. Classic semi-ghost, fewer texts, less effort until nothing. Then came the big one. Super intense first months. Love bombing, future talk, emotional intimacy. Then coldness, mixed signals, possible cheating, unilateral decisions, and finally a brutal breakup. Post-breakup, she dropped the "I'm getting an abortion" bomb, asking me about her cycle. The whole thing was manipulative and emotionally destructive. Met someone else, lifestyle clash. She was poly and I wasn't. Stayed in the grey zone, but obviously not compatible. Another one, soft and sweet, cuddles but no sex. I was clear about not wanting to use anyone, as it was recently after my breakup. Then out of nowhere, she calls me my guy in this cold, distant way and disappears. App match, lots of sexting and nudes, plans to meet. While on vacation, she says something took an unexpected turn. Turns out she got back with her ex. Now they're trying open poly. She kept me in the dark until I directly asked. I was basically an ego boost to spark her reconciliation. A lot of dating is just ego boosting and it's really toxic. Reconnected with an old match, promised transparency this time, but she's already moving towards exclusivity with someone else. So I've deleted all apps and got back to World of Warcraft. I'm fucking out of energy. See you in 4 to 5 years of dating life. Sounds corny as hell, but true love will find you when you aren't looking for it. Yes and no. So definitely try and meet people in communities that you like, whether it's, I don't know, gaming things, whether it's music or book related or try and join communities, especially in real life, to try and meet new people, and then you may meet someone from them. If you don't have that, if you can't have that, you can meet people through dating websites and like apps and stuff. It is fucking hard. It took me like almost 6 years to meet my partner. I'm so grateful every day that I've met him. He's my best friend. He's so supportive, so sweet, so thoughtful. He's the first person I felt safe to trust in a very, very, very long time, completely. That's taken a lot for me. Talking like family stuff as well, where not only have I told him about it, but I know that he's not going to utilize that sort of trauma and stuff for his own benefit. It's taken a lot for me to trust someone this way. I met him from a dating app. So it can happen. The people that don't play games, the people that want to meet you in real life, the people that want to make an effort, try not to waste time on the ones that are time wasters. The ones that you're only talking to for an ego boost, the ones like whether it's for an ego boost for you or an ego boost for them. Don't waste your time with people you know you're probably not gonna date. Like I had someone that I spoke to who lived in like Kent or something, and I live in Southend. We would live really far away, and he was bitching about meeting like the halfway point that I picked, even though he not only did not pick a halfway point, but if he was bitching about the first meet being halfway, what was he going to be like later on? Whereas my partner has no issue coming to me most of the time. We found some places where we could go to movies or go to restaurants and things like that in the middle, and then as we obviously got to know each other, that's when I would go to him or he would come to me, etc., and we would do things in each of our communities and things. So you can find the person that you want to date and your person, your true love, on dating apps. But yeah, it does take years. It can take years, unfortunately. It didn't take him that long. He wasn't on dating apps very long. I actually found my husband on World of Warcraft. You never know what will happen. This is what I'm saying. You can meet people in communities that you're, whether they're online communities or in person. In person's obviously easier. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe if you like it. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know what other Reddit topics you want to see, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!